Welcome to the Truth Wins podcast. This is episode 93 called Why So Much Hatred Between Muslims and Jews. Very controversial topic that we're going to tackle today. We'll probably get flagged, definitely get flagged for it, but not the first or last time. But as always, I have my good friend Stu with us. Say hey, Stu.
Hey, Stu.
This is Todd Sherman. I'm your host. We're going to jump into a controversial but important topic. But before we do that, I haven't seen you for a few weeks. How you been?
Pretty well, I think. How about you?
You know, I'm feeling old today. I played pickleball for the first time last night.
I did too. I played down in the Springs.
Did you really?
The school. They have a pickleball court.
Was that
for
your
the
first
time? Ever.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was kind of a big deal. I crushed it, but I went to bed last night. No, I didn't actually, but it was fun. But I went to bed last night feeling fine. Woke up at like 3 a.m. My hip is in incredible pain. And so it still is to this moment. I'm heavily medicated. So whatever I say, you cannot hold against me. But it stinks getting old. I mean, I played pickleball and now it feels like I pulled my hip. You know, I'm going to have to get one of those life alert things around my neck here pretty soon.
Because you've fallen and you can't get up.
Help, please.
That's
No,
right.
sorry, Grandma. But yeah, how'd you do on pickleball?
It was something similar to tennis.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I could figure it out.
Yeah.
The part that I had trouble with was the bouncing. You got to let the return bounce.
Yep.
Because my intentions in tennis were always to get to the net and just smash it as hard as I could. And that doesn't work in this game. So you have to at least let it go twice before
you can't step in the kitchen unless the ball's in the kitchen or it's the second Thursday of the month and you can't, serve.
I have trouble in the kitchen anyway.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You're good in the kitchen. And the scoring too. It's like, do you have to make it that complicated?
Yeah.
It's like 2, 2,
17,
4,
14,
2, 9, 7.
5.
Evan,
You got 3 numbers.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Love 15.
I'm going to hire an accountant next time I play it and just let them handle that. I'm going to focus on my game. Although I'm going to have to do it inside because I think those clay courts, a lot of people have hip injuries. So I'm unfortunately maybe at that age where I can't do certain sports without having to take ibuprofen.
You can. You're just going to have to hang upside down on a traction device and then get massage and Rolfing therapy and stuff like that. So,
I did think of you.
Wait a minute. I do want to do a quick shout out to my boy Brian Walrich, my Rolfer.
Your Rolfer? Yeah.
Yes, I have my own professional Rolfer.
That may be the first shout out to a Rolfer in human history. So I like it. We like to do a lot of firsts on this show. But yeah, I did think of you because Stu's back goes out like every other month, if not
if the
more
wind
often.
changes. Yeah.
And then he's flat on his back for days, and then he's hanging upside down like the Addams Family and all that. So, but anyways, this side, I guess it's the second law of thermodynamics.
Yep.
Is that right?
Entropy.
Yeah.
Boom.
We're getting older and breaking down. We're not getting better, but we still got it up here. And today is an important topic. But before we get there, Stu, I would like for us to do something that we here on the Truth Wins podcast, whatever we call this, called Time to Stump Stu. All right. John said, I go by ample thinking and logic itself. I don't know if ample means what he thinks it means. And by the way, I told Stu to be nice. On our last episode, Stu got a little angry. So I told him to be nice because I'm usually the guy who's, inappropriate and gets canceled. So you're supposed to be the nice guy. It's good cop, bad cop. But you were bad cop last time.
That happened.
But this time he's going to be nice to John when John says, I go by ample thinking and logic itself, therefore would not be convinced of a theory or a concept simply because it's written in a book, no matter what that book is.
How about if it was Charles Darwin's book and you're convinced of that by that book?
He very well could be.
Sorry,
yeah.
And I'm going to be a little nice, but John, do you think I don't think and I don't use logic? I go by fairy tales and myths and whatever I feel, right? I mean, no, we all use thinking and logic. I taught logic, John. Maybe you should take a course in it. Now,
so that talk did no good. This is the kindler, gentler Stu, I guess.
Here's the point, all right? Every book needs to be examined on its own merits. Yeah. The Bible is a book that's written by 40 different authors, 1,600 years, 3 different continents, and yet it conveys a unity and it ties together in a way that no other book can. It exposes our flaws, and faults.
There you go.
It's it's a book like no other because it's written through the power of God. No other book has lasted this long.
Mm-hmm.
It's the number one bestseller, as we said every time. So, John, I'd ask you just to check this out. And when you talk about thinking, probably some of the most brilliant thinkers ever have found that its words have brought them comfort in difficult times, but also they became followers of Jesus because it's the truth.
Yeah. And that's the whole point of this podcast. That's why I believe God called us to do this, is because there's that mentality of, if I'm to be a Christian, I have to check my brain in at the door. But like you said, most thinkers throughout history have had a biblical worldview. And for those who don't, go to that book and question it too, just as much as you question the Bible, and at least give the Bible a chance. That's all I would say. But yeah. All right. Well, thanks for jumping in there, John. Sorry again, Stu was a little grumpy today, but he's going to get better as the episode goes on. So hopefully you stay with us. But that is today's Time to Stump Stu.